In 1957, an experiment was being conducted on honeybees, and during that experiment, a small mistake resulted in a big problem. After the experiment, it was seen that the bees became more aggressive and violent. It was as if these bees would not spare anyone if they came out of their experiment container. And that unfortunate thing happened. Viewers, this incident happened in a laboratory in Rio Claro, Brazil, when Dr. Warwick was doing an experiment with honeybees. As the honey production of European bees was very low, that's why Dr. Warwick wanted to change the DNA of these bees so that they could produce more honey. For altering the DNA, honeybees from South Africa were brought, which were made to mate with the European bees. This experiment was performed in a laboratory where the bees had built a hive inside a container. The experiment was a complete success, and this new species of bees was termed Africanized bees. Everything was going according to the plan. But Dr. Warwick was quite worried after seeing the aggressiveness of these bees. Seeing their aggressive behavior, he felt apprehensive about it. And then, Dr. Warwick decided not to let these bees out of the container. But unfortunately, what was not supposed to happen, happened. Due to the negligence of a lab worker, a big colony of bees escaped. And soon after they escaped, their violent nature became evident. They started attacking people. And it was not possible to tame these bees. They started making their own hives and grew rapidly. From Brazil, now they have spread across America, and they have killed more than thousands of people till now. And this is the reason they are called killer bees. They are more black and more dangerous than other bees. They attack anyone within 500 meters of their hive. And if they decide to attack any human or animal, they surprisingly chase them up to half a kilometer. And like other bees, these killer bees also die after they sting. To know how dangerous their sting is and why they die after they sting, we need to understand why bees attack in the first place. Be it any variety of bees, they attack humans only if they feel danger. Normal bees attack anyone if someone touches their hive. But Africanized bees, being very aggressive, attack humans who are just passing through that area. While collecting pollen from flowers, these bees do not harm anyone. Unless someone steps on them by mistake or hinders their work, then they get pissed off and will definitely sting. But they have no idea that they will die soon after they sting. Actually, their sting is like a dagger with small teeth whose direction is upwards, and when they sting, those teeth on their sting get stuck like a hook on the skin, and that's why it becomes impossible to remove the sting. When the bee applies force to pull that sting out, it gets detached from the bee's body, and along with the sting, their muscles, nerves, and parts of their digestive system come out, and thus the bee dies soon after it stings. Fortunate are the people who get stung by only one bee because these bees attack in large numbers. While passing by their hive, if you are stung by one bee, then within seconds the whole colony attacks. But how do the other bees know where and whom to attack? Actually, the honey they gather in their hive is their food. They store it for tough times, especially when it is not the season for pollen. Many bees guard their hive by taking turns. When humans come close to their hive, they sense it from a far distance. And if one bee is successful in stinging, then a chemical is released at that time, which is called pheromone. Experts believe that as soon as the pheromone dissolves in the air, it acts as an alarm signal for the other bees. All those bees who are on duty at that time attack that human after getting the scent of the pheromone. That's why it is better to leave that place where you have been stung by a bee. It is also very important to know how dangerous their stinging can be. When their sting enters our body, it leaves behind a toxin named Melittin. Our body automatically starts working to fight this toxin, and it is the reason why that portion of the body swells up. Actually, it is a defense mechanism of our body that causes the area to swell up to fight against Melittin. If the sting goes near a blood vessel, it will mix with the blood and spread throughout the body, and it can have dangerous consequences. And people who are allergic to Melittin, they are at greater risk. That's why, if a bee stings you, first try to remove that sting. Because as long as it stays there, it will continuously pump the toxin into the body. Let's listen to some interesting facts about killer bees. Killer bees normally build a large hive, which contains more than 80,000 bees. These bees get aggressive with perfume, sparkling jewelry, and dark clothes. Their sting is like normal bees, but they are capable of stinging within 3 seconds. Once these bees become agitated, it takes 24 hours for them to calm down. In case of an attack by killer bees, one needs to run at least 1 kilometer. Even after hiding in water, these bees keep waiting for their prey. We'll meet you in another amazing video.